Let us now discuss about the two different credit situations. In the previous part of the lesson, we were actually discussing about how the government organizes the banks, what are the guidelines to run a bank. As we have discussed, 85% of the deposits are issued as loans to the other individuals at high rate of interest, so that it would fetch income for the banks. In the same way, 15% will be maintained by the bank at the ready disposal, like whenever any one of the depositor needs money, that can be paid back at that time. Now moving on to understand two different credit situations. Let us see now what is a credit. A credit is nothing but taking an amount as a loan is called credit. The amount taken as a loan is very important. Who gives the loan and who is borrowing the loan? For example, a bank is giving a loan. Bank follows certain rules and certain regulations. When we are taking money from the non-bank organizations or any private individuals, it comes under informal loan. Now, let us see the example how the loan will be useful to people in different ways. For example, during a festive season, a shoemaker gets an order of 3000 pairs of shoes which he has to deliver to them at a specified time. So, let us take the name of the shoemaker. Name is Salim. Salim got an order of making 3000 pairs of shoes, and this 3000 pairs of shoes have to be delivered at end of the month. So, in order to make the shoes work fast, he need to appoint more number of people under him working, and then more number of people for pasting. So he need more number of labor for that work. He need material for that one, and then he also need to dispatch it at the time, appropriate time. So first of all, Salim approaches the shoe leather maker who gives leather for him to give leather as a loan amount, so that he can repay it after the dispersal of the shoes of the order. So he takes the leather, and then he approaches the person who gave order for him to pay some amount in advance. Like out of 3000 shoes, he would collect the amount of 1000 shoes as advance payment, and then he can get the other payment after the transaction is done. So now he got some amount and he got the raw material. So with that amount he would hire the people to work for him, and he got the raw material to start the work. Even Salim also would work along with them, and finally within the specified month ending time they were able to finish it and earn profit, and is able to repay back the extra amount what he has taken as a loan in the form of the material, and then he was able to clear all the salary wages for the workers who worked under him, and finally he ended up with good profit. So that is the reason why people need loan amount during certain period, during some special bulk orders. That happens occasionally during the festive seasons. Now moving on to understand second example of how the credit situation happens. For example, let us take a farmer named Swapna. Swapna owns a land of nearly 3 acres of land. In this 3 acres of land, she used to cultivate coconut. So in her first crop, she could not make good profit, so she need money to buy the seeds, to get the fertilizers, to get the pesticides, and then she need people also to work for her. So in return she needs some money, where while when she approaches a bank, she will not be given any kind of loan because it comes under risky process for her. She should submit everything, documentation and everything. So she is basically illiterate, so she can't do that all proceedings. So instead she approaches to a money lender who lends her money regularly in that village. While approaching to that money lender, when she approaches, we all know that money lenders will take more amount of interest. Even knowing that one, as they don't have any other alternative who can give loan for them at very less rate of interest, so she approached the money lender and requested him to give some amount as loan. She has taken the loan amount and she started doing the sowing of the seeds, her then crop then growing the crop happened. But due to the lack of the strong efficient pesticides, the insects and the bacteria started to attack the field, and that resulted in the bad harvesting for Swapna. Actually, Swapna also used some chemicals to destroy the pest farm diseases and all, the insects and everything, but could not clear that one. So she was in trouble, and the output or the outsale amount what she got was less when compared to the loan amount what she has taken. So now again for the next crop she need money. First amount crop itself she is not able to clear it, but very soon she need money for the next crop. So again she approached the money lender and started to take money as debt and to go for the second crop. Though second crop is not a regular crop, but she need to do something to get profit, otherwise she cannot repay the loan amount. Finally the second crop also was not so successful because it is generally not a regular crop, and resulting in that Swapna selling of a part of her 3 acres of land to clear the loan amount. So like this made her to sell away her property. Initially she took loan to get betterment. Well, in the case of Salim, the loan added for him and he got benefited from that. But here she could not get benefited, and it brought her into troubles and troubles, resulting in the debt trap. Debt trap. Once they take the loan amount, when they fail to repay the loan amount, again the money lender will give loan amount for the second time, but third time when she is not able to pay the amount, automatically it would result for her to lose her properties or lose her assets. This type of losing the assets for the case of debts or loans taken is called debt trap. This kind of situations are more in the Indian villages because the rural areas are not so much familiar with the banking system, and most of the people don't know what are the procedures that are followed in the banks, and banking system was no so much elaborate to reachable to the rural area people. It is only to the urban areas and some of the towns where it is been established. So we need to establish more number of banks at the rural areas and give loans for them with less rate of interest, so that people would not fall into the trap of the money lenders and later falling into the debt traps. This should be avoided, means the credit system should be reachable to large number of people. That steps have to be taken by the government.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.